There is a strange moment right after you disappear from a woman's life. It's quiet. It's still. It almost feels like nothing is happening. But deep inside her mind, something begins to move. Something small at first, almost like a tiny wave far away in the ocean. She doesn't notice it at the start. You don't notice it either. But it's there. Quiet, slow, patient, and it grows day by day. This is the part most men never understand. They think when they disappear, everything is done. They believe she forgets them, moves on, or becomes stronger. But the truth is softer and more hidden. It's the truth she would never admit out loud, not even to herself. Because a woman doesn't feel everything at once, she feels it day by day, layer by layer, thought by thought, emotion by emotion, like peeling back pieces of herself she didn't want to see. You think you walking away is simple, but in her mind it starts a slow fire that keeps spreading as time goes on. On the first day, she tells herself she's fine. She acts normal. She laughs at the same jokes. She sends the same texts to friends. She might even open your chat and close it again, pretending she didn't care. Women are skilled at this kind of thing. They can hide the soft pain under a strong face. They can smile even when their chest feels tight. On that first day, her focus is not on losing you. It's on proving to herself she doesn't need you. She wants to win against her own feelings, not you. She tries to show her mind that she is in control, but even in that moment, when she tries to look calm, something tiny breaks inside her. A small question appears. Why did he go silent? What changed? Did I do something wrong? She doesn't say it out loud because it sounds weak, but she feels it. This is where her story begins. As the hours move, she notices you didn't text. You didn't view her story. You didn't reach out just to check. This is strange to her because she thinks men always slip. Men always come back. Men always reach again, even if they say they won't. But you didn't. And that small detail hits her in a place she didn't expect. Now she starts checking her phone more often. Not obviously, not dramatically. She just wants to see if something changed. Women may act confident and cold, but their mind runs on connection. When a connection breaks, even a little, they feel it. And on that first day, she's not hurting yet. She is only uncomfortable, like losing a small part of her routine that she didn't realize mattered so much. By the second day, her thoughts become louder. When she wakes up, the first thing she notices is the quiet. You didn't text at night. You didn't send a good morning. And even if you two were not in a relationship, she had become used to your energy. She might not admit it, but she liked knowing you were around. She liked feeling wanted. Women love attention, but more than attention, they love consistency. It makes them feel safe, and when that consistency disappears, it shakes them. Her mind tries to protect her from the truth by saying she doesn't care, but her heart knows she does. And now the confusion begins. She tells herself she could text you, but her pride stops her. She thinks messaging you first would make her look weak. So she waits and waits and waits. The silence becomes heavier. It sits inside her chest like a weight. By the end of day 2, she checks your profile more than she wants to. She wonders if you're online, if you posted something, if you are active somewhere else. She creates little stories in her head. Maybe he's busy. Maybe he's tired. Maybe he didn't notice. But a small voice whispers another idea. Maybe he's pulling back on purpose. Maybe he's done. Maybe he doesn't want me anymore. This idea hits harder than she expects because women have a deep fear of being replaced. It's not always about love. It's about worth. A woman wants to feel important. She wants to feel seen. And the moment your silence grows, she starts to think she lost some of that power over you. By the third day, something deeper begins. Now the silence is not just silence. It's a message. She starts rethinking everything you said, everything you did, everything you hinted at. Women replay moments like a song stuck in their mind. They can take one little thing you said and break it into 1,000 pieces. She doesn't tell anyone she is thinking about you, but she is. Quietly, deeply. She wonders if she pushed you away. She wonders if she acted too cold. She wonders if she made you feel unwanted. And the strange thing is, she might not have realized how much she liked you until right now. Sometimes a woman only feels the truth of her heart when she faces the risk of losing someone. On this day, she may talk to her friends. She won't say everything directly. She will pretend she's just sharing something random, but she wants to hear their thoughts, even if she pretends she doesn't. Her friends will say things like, maybe he's just busy, maybe he'll come back, maybe he's thinking. But even they know the truth. When a man pulls away, it usually means something changed inside him, and women can feel that shift like cold wind through a window. By the 4th day, she wakes up with a strange emptiness. It's not pain yet. It's just a weird feeling like something is missing from her day. She notices how many times she used to think about you without realizing. She remembers the small things, the jokes, the way you talked, the way you seemed interested. She thinks about the times you stayed up late for her, or the way you checked on her when she sounded sad. She starts seeing you as someone more valuable than she did before. It's funny how silence can do that. Your presence was normal, but your absence is a disaster. She may try to distract herself with work, music, friends, or scrolling on her phone, but distraction only hides feelings for a moment. When the noise fades, her mind goes back to you. And now she feels something else too. A little fear. Fear that you may not come back this time. Fear that she waited too long to show she cared. Fear that she may lose someone who actually saw her. By day 5, something shifts in her behavior. She stops being angry or confused. Now she's curious, deeply curious. What are you doing? Who are you talking to? Are you happier without her? Women hate the idea of being replaced. Even if they didn't want you fully, they don't want anyone else having what they had. This is when jealousy starts forming quietly. She may check who liked your posts. She may look at who you follow. She may try to figure out if there is someone else. And this is the moment where your silence begins to work on her heart. She thinks about reaching out, but she stops herself every time. Her pride is strong, and she doesn't want to be the first one to break the silence. But every hour she doesn't hear from you becomes another small wound. She may watch your story if you post something. She may not interact, but she is watching, she is checking, she is waiting. And the more she waits, the more she wonders why you haven't returned. On day 6, she starts to feel the loss in a real way. Now your absence is not just confusing, it's personal, it's emotional, it's painful. She starts remembering moments with more detail. She thinks about things she never noticed when you were around. She starts seeing your value more clearly. This is something many men don't understand. A woman sees your true worth when she imagines life without you. Your silence becomes a mirror that shows her what she took for granted. Sometimes she feels angry. How dare he leave? How dare he ignore me? But anger is just sadness trying to look strong, and she knows it. She knows she wasn't ready for you to pull away. She knows she acted like she didn't need you. But now she feels the truth in her bones. She did care. Maybe more than she planned to. By day 7, something surprising happens. The pain begins to reshape itself into longing. She starts missing you in small ways. The way you said her name, the way you made her smile, the way you understood her. It's strange how fast the mind can go from pride to longing. But this is how female psychology works. She doesn't break all at once. She melts slowly. Now she checks her phone more often than before. She wants to see your name pop up. She wants to hear from you, even if she won't admit it. And even if she told her friends she has moved on, she hasn't. She's thinking about you on purpose now, and she hates that. She hates how much space you take up in her mind. But she also can't stop it. By the 8th and 9th day, something deeper begins happening inside her. She starts wondering about your life, not in a curious way, but in an emotional way. She wonders if you're hurting too. She wonders if you miss her. She wonders if you walked away because she didn't show you enough. The truth hits her in a soft but painful way. Maybe I should have treated him better. This is where regret begins. Not the loud regret that comes with crying or panic. This is the quiet regret that sits in her chest when she tries to fall asleep. It's the regret that says you had something good and you let it slip. She doesn't want to feel this, but she can't fight it. Your silence has now turned into pressure on her heart. She wants to undo the last week. She wants to go back to the moment she acted cold. She wants to fix things, but she can't. And that helpless feeling makes her think about you even more. She starts imagining what she would say if you texted. She thinks about how she would act. She starts planning her apology, even if she pretends she wouldn't apologize. And this is the point where the story enters the emotional zone. By the 10th day, she begins to feel a strange mix of emotions. It's not only sadness now, it's not only longing, it's something deeper, something that lives inside the quiet space of her heart. She starts to see the truth she ignored earlier, the truth that your presence meant more than she let herself feel, the truth that she had become used to you in ways she never said out loud. She realizes she didn't only enjoy your attention, she enjoyed you, your voice, your way of speaking, the way you cared without forcing anything. And now, when she tries to deny it, her heart refuses to listen. This is where her confusion becomes personal. She starts asking herself why she didn't treat you better. She thinks about the moments where she acted cold even though she liked you. Women sometimes do this because they are scared of losing control. They hide their softness behind a wall. They pretend they don't care so they don't get hurt. But when you disappeared, her wall didn't protect her. It only made her feel more alone. On day 11, she wakes up and notices something new. You feel like unfinished business, like a sentence that ends too early, like a door she didn't get to close the right way. And that feeling sits heavy inside her. She starts thinking that maybe you left because she didn't give you the energy you deserved. Maybe she expected too much from you without offering enough in return. It bothers her because women want to feel chosen, but they also want to feel they gave enough to be chosen. When that balance breaks, their thoughts run wild. By now, she is checking your online activity without even thinking. She notices if you're active. She notices when you disappear too. She sees your stories even if she never reacts. She wonders if you're thinking about her or if you already moved on, and this thought hurts her in a way she didn't expect. She imagined she had all the time in the world. She imagined you would always be around. But she was wrong, and now she sees how dangerous that idea was. On the 12th day, she starts to feel the distance in her body, not just her mind. She feels it when she tries to sleep and her chest feels tight. She feels it when she scrolls through her phone and sees something that reminds her of you. She feels it when she hears a song that matches her mood. Women feel emotionally in waves, and sometimes that wave grows so big it takes over everything. She tells herself to be strong, but she feels the truth inside her. She can't stop thinking about you. And she doesn't want this to be happening, but it is. By this point, she begins asking herself what she missed. She wonders why she didn't notice how close she was to losing you. She thinks about the moments when she took your effort for granted. She knows you didn't vanish for no reason. Men don't go silent for fun. Men don't pull back unless something inside them got tired. And because she knows this, the guilt begins. Quiet guilt. The type that sits in her mind even when she tries to be busy. On day 13, she might talk to a friend again. She won't tell the whole truth, but she will drop small pieces. Something like, he hasn't texted in a while, or I wonder what he's doing now. She waits for her friend to say something comforting, but nothing they say takes away the voice in her heart. A voice that keeps saying you went silent because she didn't value you when she had you. This is the moment women start feeling the emotional price of their actions. By the end of that day, the fear of losing you becomes real. It's no longer a thought, it's a feeling. It's heavy, it's slow, it's deep. She begins to understand something most people learn too late. People don't always stay. People don't wait forever. People who care can still walk away when the silence inside a connection grows too loud. When she realizes this, her mind begins to soften. She feels remorse, even if she hides it under pride. Then day 14 arrives, 2 whole weeks of quiet from your side. 2 whole weeks of her pretending she's fine while her heart tries to balance itself. This is the day something shifts inside her completely. She stops blaming you. She stops blaming herself. She begins to see the bigger picture. She sees that your silence is not punishment. It's self-respect. It's peace. It's you choosing yourself instead of chasing someone who didn't match your energy. But even with this understanding, she still feels the loss. She still wants your presence. She still wonders what would happen if she reached out. She imagines the message she would send. Something simple, something soft, something that doesn't expose her whole heart but still opens the door. But she doesn't send it. Her fear holds her back. Fear that you won't reply. Fear that you have healed already. Fear that your silence means she has no place in your life anymore. By day 15, the memories start coming in waves, not just random moments, the important ones, the ones where she felt safe with you, the ones where she sensed something real between you. She remembers the conversations that made her smile. She remembers how you understood her without her saying too much. These memories hit her harder now, because memories don't feel heavy until the person becomes distant. Women feel most deeply when something is about to slip from their hands. Some call it attachment, some call it fear, but it is more than that. It's the realization that she misread your patience. She thought your effort meant you would stay forever. She thought your kindness meant you wouldn't leave. But now she sees you differently. You're not someone who chases, you're someone who walks away when the energy isn't matched. And that realization changes the way she sees everything. On day 16, she starts wondering how you see her now. She thinks about whether you still care. She thinks about whether you think she never valued you. She wonders if you are angry, hurt, or simply done. Women think deeply about how they appear in someone's mind, especially in the mind of a man who once cared. She wants to know what version of her lives in your memory now, the soft one, the cold one, the distant one, the one who didn't know how to appreciate you. The idea that you may remember her at her worst makes her feel small. By the evening, the quiet in her chest becomes heavy enough to make her reconsider everything. She thinks about the days before the silence. She thinks about the moments she pushed you away with her tone. She thinks about the hints you gave that she didn't take seriously. She begins to accept that she played a part in the distance growing between you two. That acceptance is painful, but it is necessary. On day 17, something new rises inside her, a slow, steady awareness that what she lost may not come back. The longing turns into a soft ache that shows up at random times, when she's brushing her hair, when she's making tea, when she's sitting in silence. Your name floats into her thoughts without warning. She tries to push it away, but it stays. The heart has its own way of reminding us of what mattered. By now, she realizes she isn't thinking about you because you're gone. She's thinking about you because she finally understands what she had. This is the hardest part for a woman. Knowing what something meant only after it slips out of reach. Knowing the value of your presence because she now feels the weight of your absence. On day 18, her pride begins to weaken. She starts considering reaching out for real, not pretending, not acting strong, just being honest. She wants to know if there's still space for her in your life. She wants to know if the silence can be broken. She wants to know if she still matters to you. The thought of texting you scares her, but the thought of losing you forever scares her even more. Later in the evening, she opens your chat window but doesn't type anything. She stares at the empty box. She imagines what she would say. Something like, "Hey, how are you?" Or, "I've been thinking about you." But she closes the app again. Fear wins, pride wins, and the silence grows even stronger. On day 19, she begins to wonder who you're becoming without her. She imagines you moving on. She imagines you growing. She imagines you becoming colder toward her. This hurts her more than she expected. It's strange how a woman can feel replaced even without proof. Her mind fills in the blanks with its own fears, and her fear paints pictures that make her heart sink. By day 20, something deep inside her cracks open. Not in a dramatic way, not in a desperate way, but in a quiet, sincere way. She finally understands that losing you is not only about losing a man, it's about losing emotional safety, losing someone who saw her in ways she didn't even see herself, losing someone who tried when she didn't meet him halfway, losing someone who cared more than she admitted. This is where the real regret forms. Because regret is never about the big things. It's about the small chances she didn't take, the small signs she ignored, the small moments where she should have spoken her truth but stayed silent. On day 21, she asks herself the question she avoided since the beginning. Did he stop caring because I didn't show I cared? That question is sharp. It cuts deep, because the answer might be yes, and accepting that is painful. She looks at your pictures again. She listens to the songs you liked. She rereads old chats, not to cry, but to understand. She wants to see where things shifted, but she knows the truth already. The shift happened the moment she thought you would always be there. By the final stretch of this emotional journey, her heart becomes softer, calmer, more aware. She doesn't just want you back because she misses you. She wants you back because she now sees your worth. Your silence taught her something her comfort never could. It showed her that real men don't stay where they feel undervalued. Real men don't chase endlessly. Real men walk away when their soul needs peace. Now she sees you through different eyes, not as someone who wanted too much from her, but as someone who gave too much to her. The final thought that grows inside her is simple but heavy. I wish I showed him how much he meant before he disappeared. She doesn't know if you'll ever return. She doesn't know if you'll ever speak again. But one thing stays in her mind, stronger than everything else. Losing a man who cares is easy. Getting him back is the hard part. And in the dark quiet of her heart, she whispers a truth she will never say out loud. I hope he still thinks of me. This is what she feels day by day when you disappear. Not all at once, not loudly, but slowly, softly, deeply. And with every passing day, the silence you created becomes the lesson she never wanted but truly needed. Because sometimes a woman needs to lose your presence to understand your value, and sometimes a man needs to walk away to remember his own. You disappeared to find your peace. But in the process, you became the echo she can't escape. And that is the quiet power of a man who chooses himself.